This is the world's first luxury pickup. It carries over a ton of stuff. Just like every other pickup, it's quite unbreakable. And just like every other pickup, it consumes a lot of terrain. However, this is a Mercedes-Benz, and so this is the pickup that everyone is going to want. Even me. And I don't even own a drill. Now, this is not just the world's first luxury pickup, but it's a very capable one as well, because it can tow 3.5 tons and it has selectable driving modes. So ordinarily it's in rear-wheel drive. Then you can select it to be four-wheel drive or four-wheel drive low range. Now, there are 3 diesel engines available, the 163 horsepower, just going through some water now, yeah. The 190 horsepower, which is what this is, the 250, and then a very smooth 350 engine, 254 horsepower. Now, all of them really are about torque rather than out-and-out power, and this is plenty good, even on this kind of course. The 163, I don't know, I probably wouldn't want to go much slower than this, but it's probably okay. There's also a manual, and all of them have a towing capacity of around 3.5 tons. That's equitable to most of the other pickups in this segment, some of which are arguably a little more credible to take on a building site. And if we're being accurate, this isn't really the world's first luxury pickup either, because in the US, Lincoln have already done all that. This means that this is going to be leased by more people, or a certain type of person anyway, and certainly this is going to be the sort of pickup your wife will want to borrow, and not mind you parking outside the house. That might be because of the better cabin, the comfortable seat or standard reverse camera, but she might say that this steering is quite heavy and thus a bit more of a pain to park, but you will tell her that it's supposed to be like that and it's not unusual. What is weird though is that this, I'm sorry to say, is not available in America, which is kind of weird because in America that's all they drive. Obviously the same applies. We're stuck. I know what I'm doing, all right? Very expert. You just go back a bit. No need to panic when you get stuck. You just keep going round like that in four wheel. So obviously I'm stuck again. And you just, mate, don't think I can't. Bizarrely, at that point, the owner of the 4x4 course suggested that we go away, take a break, build up some more experience on less challenging terrains, such as roads. So we did, and that gave me the chance to see if this was a truck that you would want to afford to run, and how well it performs on the road as a daily driver. Well, actually very well. This is the 2.3 litre 4-cylinder diesel engine. The 0 to 60 is 12 seconds, which sounds like a very long time. But actually it is a very long time, but it doesn't feel that slow, and particularly because this car is so big. Unusually though, because it is so big and heavy, you'd think it uses a lot of fuel. It doesn't really. 31, 32 miles to the gallon is what I'm getting at the moment. And other things like tyres are quite cheap. I found some tyres, I think £150 each for a Michelin for one of these. Then the insurance, about $550 a year, and that's not bad considering this is essentially a commercial vehicle. So then there's the engine, which is quite gruff, but not as loud as I thought. There you are, that's descriptive. Quite quiet. You can go even quieter with the 3-litre diesel, and you'll be pleased to know they've done well with the soundproofing because there isn't much road noise. Not only that, but I was equally impressed to learn you could actually sleep in one of these. Yes, you actually can. There's talk of a caravanette thing which you can buy to go on it, and it sleeps 4 people. Here is a picture of it. Although it looks a little clumsy, I think it's a clever idea. Also, have a look at this. This is a kitchen. So if you don't want to go as far as sleeping, well, you can just pull out a kitchen and cater for everyone. I like those ideas, they're good. As the day got longer, the X-Class was starting to become more credible. I even stopped in this village at a local pub to ask the locals what they thought. And you know what? Not a single person said, that's an expensive Navara. It was more, oh wow, what does it come with? And I said, you know what, I'll tell you. Lane keeping assist is standard, so is traffic sign assist, automatic braking, and emergency support. And they said, oh good. That's not to say it comes with everything, because it doesn't. Those running boards and the roof rails are extra and come with a package which also give you better lights, but that's going to cost you another £100 equivalent than your normal lease price across a 2-year lease, for example. Then there's the nav, because if you want the better nav, that's going to be the same sort of money again, which makes this car, which is already quite an expensive car for the segment, even more expensive. But it is really good quality. For example, look at this paint. This is the Mercedes paint. I heard they had like a patent which makes their paint look better than anybody else's. Like 1,000 layers of paint there. They always look really glossy. And then there's this. The weight of that is properly well built. Nissan engine. So, as a brand new model, I'd have expected this to have the brand new nav that you get in the S or the E-Class, and it doesn't have either of those. It has the previous model, but it is still the second best in the world as far as I'm concerned. If they're going to be more car-like, there is no option for an upgraded sound or a panoramic roof, which is unusual, and there's not much room in the back for an adult. But I think for kids, they are going to love it, because this is so much higher than the driving seats. You can actually see everything that's going on. They're going to love this. You'll be like a hero dad if you get one of these. Finally, somewhat determined, it was back for me to the course for one final pass. You see, I wanted to show these naysayers that I was perfectly qualified to tackle their oh-so-difficult course. Well, White Cliff 4x4 near Colford, link in the description. I'll show you, even on the wrong tyres. And with the wrong shoes on.